All right, Joe and Oaks here with HANKSTERS Hot Rods here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. And today we've got a little bit of a blast from the past here for you. This is a 1967 Chevrolet Caprice. This would be your two-door custom coupe here. And this is a kind of a real time capsule here. This car is an all original sheet metal car, just an original two-owner car, all original paint, like I said, original metal also. So again, what you're looking at here is just a really well maintained car throughout the years to be as nice a condition as what this car is. So underneath the car here, starting at the back of the car, we've got the stock fuel tank back here. Now what you're seeing here in all black and the undercoating, this is just all factory stuff from when the day it was new. So again, undercoating, your floors back here, as far as what I can see from the trunk floors from underneath here, those are in excellent shape. There's no patching whatsoever. Again, you're going to see that factory undercoating throughout the entire underside of this car, but just keep in mind that it is all factory undercoating. You do have a dual exhaust on this car, factory dual exhaust. So again, coming all the way from your exhaust manifolds up front, all the way back, you've got the dual mufflers here, just in front of the rear end housing, and then you've got the dual tailpipes up over top of the rear end housing, and then exiting out the rear of the car. As far as the frame goes in this car, it is a full frame rail car. Again, your bigger GM models were, and all the frame rails the whole way up through the car are very nice and straight. They look brand new on this particular vehicle. Now, as far as some of the running gear goes back here, we do have, I'll just go over tires and so forth with you real quick. These are Cooper Lifeliner Touring SLE tires. They're a radial tire. They've got just a small white wall on them. They're on a set of 15-inch steel rally wheels, complete with the beauty rings and the center caps. And then size on the tires is 225/70 R15s. And again, you can kind of tell in the video here how good the tread actually is on these tires. They look brand new as far as the tread goes. Now inside of here for braking power, we do have all four-wheel drum brakes on this car. So front and rear drum brakes. Suspension wise, this is all factory. This is the F41 suspension package. So you're going to have that the triangulated or the metric 4-link that they would call it. You've got the rear sway bar here. You also have, in combination with that 4-link rear suspension, you've got this panner bar that came from the factory as well. So everything intact and in very good condition, very well maintained throughout the entire underside of this car. Now the one thing I can say, I'm not sure if these would have been factory or not, probably not, but it looks like they may have gone ahead and put a set of air shocks on the back of this car just to help you know, give it a little bit of attitude and get the rear of the car up just a little wee bit for you. Now we also have a GM 12-bolt rear. Again, as we were going through this entire car, we kind of found a few things that you wouldn't expect on a car like this, and this would be one, the GM 12-bolt. This is a posi unit in here also, and 373 gear ratio. Again, all factory options for this particular car. So like I said, that's pretty much it across the rear of the car. All right, now that we're underneath the center of our 67 Caprice, we can take a look at the floors, the frame, exhaust, transmission. Again, that frame, full frame rail car, and the frame rails down both sides here, down your driver's side and your passenger side here, they are just in excellent condition. Again, nice and square, nice and straight the whole way back, and you could tell how well it was taken care of. They're not banged up whatsoever. I mean, very nice and painted up black and undercoated. Again, factory undercoating. You can look at the floors too. This is all the original stamped steel components that would have came on this car. Floors are all original. There is absolutely no patching or reconstructing anything underneath this car, it is just beautiful and a testament to how well this car was taken care of. Exhaust, like I said, dual exhaust, so you see dual pipes all the way back to your dual mufflers, and then again out the dual tailpipes out the rear of the car. That 12-bolt rear, you can see that rear sway bar again back there in between the two lower control arms. As far as brake lines go on this car, it does look like they've probably put some newer brake lines across the rear axle housing of this car. They look fairly new. As far as the emergency brake cables, those are hooked up here too. All the correct hardware and mounting gear here for your parking brake, your emergency brake. You can tell the transmission cross member here, it's factory, it's all kind of a tubular design. The actual tail shaft mount, that's in good condition on here too, the bushing for it. Now this again, like I said, with that GM 12-bolt rear, got a little bit heavier transmission in this car too. Got a turbo 400 automatic transmission, so good beefy transmission to go along with that 12-bolt rear. And then once we go underneath the hood too, we're going to see that this car has a 327 cubic inch motor, and it's the 275 horse motor. So again, one of the higher horse motors for this particular car for back in the day, but it's all numbers matching, all original on this car. And as always, our transmission has the pan to protect that flywheel. So again, no dirt, debris, or anything can get in there and cause any premature failure of that flywheel, chip any teeth or anything like that. As far as steering components go, again, it's all factory stuff here, but your tie rods are in excellent shape. All the rubber dust boots, those are intact the whole way across the front end here. Idler arm, pitman arm, those are all in good shape too. Frame rails, like I said, from this point forward are in excellent shape, and even this front cross member, you can see from the back side as well as we'll see from the front side when we get there, it is in excellent condition. It's never been banged up whatsoever. So with that, we'll go ahead and move to the front of the car now. And now finally underneath the front end of our 67 Caprice here, we'll just do like we always do and work side to side on the front end here. So again, just like on the back, we have the same tires, same size, same name brand, everything. Cooper Lifeliner Touring SLE tires, 225 70R15s. Again, mounted on those factory steel rally wheels with beauty rings and center caps, all intact. And again, everything's in excellent condition here on this car. We've already talked about the steering components, all factory stuff. As far as suspension, once again, this is the F41 suspension package for the front end of this car as well as the back end. But up front here, we've got the sway bar here that goes the whole way across the front end. All of your bushings, your sway bar end links, those are all in excellent shape. This has the strut rod front suspension on it also, so that's going to keep your lower control arms all in tie as far as keeping everything adjusted up. And all of those bushings and so forth are in great shape on this particular car. As far as the suspension arms, your control arms, all factory stamped steel components. So lower control arms, upper A arms, it's all your stock components. Ball joints all have the rubber dust boot covers on them. They're all intact and all in good shape, and you can tell that everything's been greased up. You can see everything's been, maintained really, really well in this car. As I mentioned, we saw the back side of our front cross member here. Now we can take a look at it from the front, and you can see it's in perfect condition. It hasn't been hit on nothing. It's not bent. It's not dented. It's perfectly straight underneath here. Other things that I can see from underneath here, just got a stock style radiator in it with the plastic shroud. We'll check the fan out and all that stuff once we get to the upper side of the car. But again, this thing it's immaculate underneath here as far as an older car that's not been touched. All original metal, like I said, original metal, original paint, original undercoating, numbers matching motor, and numbers matching drive line with the car. So with that said, we're all done underneath here. We'll go ahead and put this thing down. We'll get it out in our other showroom there to take the pictures of it, and then we'll take you around the outside, inside, and under the hood as well. All right, now we've got our 1967 Caprice two-door custom down off of our lift. So we're going to go around the outside of it for you now and show you. Again, I kind of said, you know, kind of like a time capsule of a car here, and it really truly is. So again, just to rehash some of the finer points here on this car before we get started. Again, it's all original. It's numbers matching driveline. It's the original paint. It's all original metal in this car, and originally it was a two-owner car. So again, this thing is, you know, just about as flawless as you could ask for a car that has not been restored. So again, 67 Caprice, two-door custom coupe here. We've got that ermine white exterior paint here, and again, like I said, it is the original paint. And the finish is very nice on this car. It's you know, smooth white shiny paint. It's not rough. It's not been ever buffed through. So again, all of the paint is very nicely maintained on this car. It does have the black pinstripe on it the whole way down the side of the vehicle. And we do have the bright wheel lip moldings, as well as this bright lower body trim down here on the lower side of the door, just above the rocker panels. Again, 15-inch steel factory rally wheels with the beauty rings and center caps, and these were those Cooper Lifeliner tires, and these are those, they're a radial tire, and I believe the size of those was the 225/70 R15s, both on the front and the rear of the car. We also have up here on the front fender this 327 cross flags emblem, and again, that does tell you what is underneath this hood here. It's a 327 275 horsepower motor. Now, as far as fitment on all the panels here, you can look at our door gaps here on the front side, as well as back here on the back side, and those are dead on, and elevations are dead on this car. Again, panel fitment, metal, everything is all very nice in this car. Now, something else this car has, it's got the door edge guards on it too. So if you ever open your door up, or you know, anything like that, happen to hit it into another door, God forbid you would do that, it's going to be protected, at least on your side. And these are in excellent condition. They're not bent up, dinged up, or anything. It's got the bright drip rail moldings too, and of course it's got the black vinyl top, and that vinyl top is in excellent shape too. It's tied down nice and tight. It's not peeled up anywhere. All of your moldings and trim around the top are in excellent shape, nice and straight, polished up really nice. You've got that Caprice logo right here on the sail panel, and then we do have mirrors on both the driver's side and the passenger side of the car. These are kind of like a chrome mirror. Your wing windows or your vent windows, the trim on those are all in excellent shape. Original glass on the car. I would say the side glass as well as the front glass looks to be tinted just slightly, but not enough that where it's going to obscure your vision whatsoever. Let's go ahead and open the door real quick. Now, all of the interior, again, this is all factory original interior. It's the black cloth bench seat up front. You've got column shift. It's the factory dash pad, all the original door panels, even the original weather stripping the whole way around. Now, again, weather stripping is showing a little bit of its age, but it's never been replaced. So this is all original stuff. Even the little rubber bump stops here on the door, both on the top side and down on the bottom, all intact. So, like I said, carpeting, headliner, everything in very nice condition. And we'll see that when we go inside the car here in just a little bit. Now, again, we got these big, long quarter panels here. They're in excellent shape. Again, as I look down the side of the car, it is laser straight the whole way down. Again, you've got those bright wheel lip moldings, the 15-inch rally wheels, those 225/70 R15 tires, beauty rings and center caps. Again, all very nicely polished up there. And that brings us to the back of the vehicle. Okay, now that we're here behind our 67 Caprice, we can take a look at, like I said, some of these panels back here. Even that rear glass, you can look up there and see there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. It is tinted. The trim around there is in excellent condition, polished up real nice, nice and straight. And again, no cracks or chips in that glass to speak of whatsoever. As far as panels go on this thing, you've got this big trunk lid back here. You can see your gaps, at least up on this side here. I can tell you that the gaps over on this side are pretty equal to that side. Elevations are pretty good on this. Trunk lid fits up just ever so slightly a little higher than what the quarters do. But again, that could be adjusted with your bump stops and so forth in here. Again, big trunk, and you can see how nice and straight that panel is. Again, there's no deviations in that whatsoever, no waviness at all, nice and straight. You can see all of your bright work back here on the Caprice. Even the Caprice emblem back here on the trunk lid. All of your trim work, nice and polished up, very straight and true back here too. Your taillights, the bezels themselves are in excellent shape, and the lenses also are in excellent shape. There's no cracks or chips in any of those. And of course, you've got this big chrome back bumper here, polished up very nice, even complete with the little chrome bumperettes that match up with it too. We'll go ahead and open up our trunk now, take a quick look inside. First thing you're going to notice, that same ermine white paint that's inside the trunk lid here. Even you can see it's got the working trunk light in here as well. The decals that would have come with it from the factory, obviously. Your weather stripping back here. Again, I would say that this is all original stuff. It is showing a little bit of its age, but again, it is all intact and all there. You just see a little bit of roughness around the very edges, and that's very common. Again, for weather stripping, you know, sometimes it'll dry out and do that, but again, it is all original stuff. So again, you can see how well this car was definitely taken care of throughout all of its life. We've got a trunk mat in here. It's very clean, very pristine back here, and the trunk floor itself, very nice, all solid, one-piece trunk floor, and it's been painted the correct black and aqua trunk spatter paint. We also have a full-size spare tire in here, also mounted on a 15-inch rally wheel, and that's all mounted down nice and solid up in the front of the trunk there. You can see your tail panel here. It's all blacked out here. Now all of this you do not see though whenever that trunk is closed. All you'll see is the white trunk lid along with the bright work and the trim work that's back here. But again, this is all in excellent shape. So we'll go ahead and close this up, and then we're going to go ahead and continue around on the passenger side of our vehicle. And now we're here on the passenger side of our vehicle, so we'll just kind of work our way up this side here pretty quick here, because again, it's going to be all the same as the other side. First thing is, again, I'm looking straight down the side of the vehicle here, and it is laser straight both sides. So again, your metal is in perfect condition, and again, the paint, again, it's original, but it's polished up nice, looks good. It's still nice and smooth and shiny paint here. Again, that black pinstriping the whole way down the side of the vehicle, and again, the bright lower body molding all the way from the quarter panels here, all the way up to the front down there right below, or right above the rocker panel, I should say. As far as, you know, wheels and tires, again, the 15-inch rally wheels, you can see how nice those beauty rings are, and those center caps nicely polished up. You can see the roof again on this side being that vinyl top. Again, it's laid down nice and smooth. There's no bubbles at all as I'm running my hand across here that you would be concerned with. Nothing there. Nice and smooth. All of your trim work here too around it, that's polished up real nice and good and straight on there as well. The matching Caprice emblem here on this sail panel as well. Again, those bright drip rail moldings there, those are in excellent shape. nice and straight the whole way around the window there, and polished up very nice. Door gaps on this side. You can look at the back side of the door, and you can come up here and take a quick peek at the front side. Very uniform front to back, and your elevations again are dead on this car. You also have those matching door edge guards over here on the passenger side. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek again on this side. And again, all the same stuff. You got that factory interior here, the cloth interior with the bench seat. You've got that white paint continued to the interior of the car, the rubber bump stops on the top as well as down at the bottom. Weather stripping, all original here, and again in fairly decent shape for the age of the car. It's all intact and all there. It's just showing a little bit of its age, that's all. Door panels are in excellent condition. They've got a little bit of wood grain trim throughout. So again, a really nicely well kept vehicle here. So we'll close this. And we'll continue on here on the vent window or wing window here. Again, on this side, just like the other side, trim work around there. The chrome is in excellent shape, polished up nice and straight there. The chrome mirror on the passenger side. You got the fender mount antenna here. Now it's not power, just a manual antenna, but it does work. It's all there. Fenders are in excellent shape, nice and straight. Paint looks really good on those two. The wheel lip moldings, trim rings, center caps, and the tires all in excellent shape. And the matching 327 cross flags emblem up on the front fender. So with that, we'll bring our camera around to the front. And finally, now we made it to the front end of the car now. So we're just about all done here, but we want to definitely talk about this because there's a lot of trim work here, bright work to talk about. That's all in excellent shape for this car. Now, of course, you can see all of that bright work along the leading edge of the hood here, around the tips of the front fenders, that chrome front bumper along with the chrome bumperettes also all polished up very nice and in excellent shape. All your trim work is nicely polished up and good and straight on this car. Your headlights, these are all sealed beam, just your traditional sealed beam lights. So it's glass lenses, and those are in excellent shape, all four of them. No cracks, no chips in any of the lenses. Your turn signals up front, your lens covers, those are in excellent shape. And again, your bezels and all of your bright work in excellent shape as well in this car. The grille, you can see that polished up really nice, all intact, just as it should be, nice and straight. Got the Chevrolet emblem up here too on the front grille. So everything is really nice. Even the little rubbers here on those bumperettes, those are in excellent shape as well. All steel hood. This is just your stock steel hood, obviously, but it is big hood and it's nice and straight. You can see how well that is. The paint nice and shiny and smooth too on here. Again, all original stuff. So again, there's no complaints whatsoever with this car. As we look up at the windshield, again, it is a slightly tinted windshield, but all original glass. There's no cracks or chips in the glass. And then even your trim work around that glass, that is in excellent shape and polished up as it should be. Now, as far as our hood goes, we just need to find where our hood latch is. And I might need... I don't know if this has... Oh, I see it right there. Sorry about that. We got it. Just had to look for it there. Anyways, our hood opens up obviously really well. The hood latch works. All of the under hood insulation, that's all intact. But again, it's all original. So you'll see, it shows some of its age, but there's nothing hanging down. There's no chunks torn out of it. It's all intact and in fairly good shape. Again, for the age of the car, it's been maintained very well. Now, underneath the hood here, as far as the engine goes, this is the numbers matching original motor. It is a 327 cubic inch small block Chevy, and that's the 275 horsepower model. Now this particular motor, it's got the factory air cleaner on it here. It's got the chrome lid on it. It's got all of your cast parts on it. So the intake is just cast, the heads are cast, and then it still maintains the stock cast exhaust manifolds, which both of those dump out into factory dual exhaust, dual mufflers, dual tailpipes out the rear of the car. Now this particular car even still has the factory air conditioning components all attached. Everything's all hooked up as well. You've got the AC Delco style battery cover on here to give it that traditional look. You also have the factory windshield washer bottle here for your windshield wiper fluid. That is intact, mounted on the firewall there as well. It's a manual brake car, and it is a power steering car. We've already been underneath it and we saw that it's a 4-wheel drum brake car, but again, it does have power steering. Stock style radiator. You've got the shroud in place, and I believe that was a 7-blade fan, clutch fan that's on this. So again, it's going to keep the car cool. It's still got the stock style ignition though on it. So you got your distributor back there, your external coil. Other than that, that's pretty much it. As far as the motor goes, not a whole lot of flashy stuff underneath here. Again, they wanted to keep it as, you know, original looking as they could. So that's what they've done with this car. That's really it for under the hood. We'll go ahead and close the hood up now, and we're going to go inside the car now and take a look at the interior. And again, you're not going to be disappointed with that. So let's go on the inside now, take a look at that. All right, here we are now sitting inside the comfort of our 1967 Caprice 2-door custom coupe here. Again, as we mentioned before, this is all original interior, so the original cloth bench seat here is in excellent shape and super comfortable too, by the way. You see the matching door panels there. Same material on those as what you have on the seats. You do have a little bit of wood grain trim up there along with the Caprice emblem up there. But again, that's all factory original stuff there. Original dash pad, original dash, and original instrumentation as well. As far as gauges in here, we do have a, it's the water temperature and the brake light over there. You have a factory fuel gauge as well as a 120 mile/an-hour speedo, and then you have a factory in-dash clock along with your oil pressure and your generator lights also. Everything all in excellent shape. The gauges were very well maintained in this car, and that the lens here that goes over everything, it's been detailed up very well so you can see through it. It's not cloudy in any way at all. Now this, they have put a sport style steering wheel in here, and again, it is the factory column, and it is a column shift unit. Now this has the factory heater and AC controls in it, and yes, again, it does have the factory AC still installed out underneath the hood. Factory AM radio as well. All of the carpeting is in excellent shape for the age of the vehicle. The dash pad itself is all intact. There's no cracks whatsoever in there. The headliner is all tied up nice and tight. All of the bows are in it. There's no tears, no holes or anything in that headliner. Your interior lights back here are all working. The rear seat is in excellent shape too. The upholstery on it, all of your panels back there, your rear deck lid package tray, that's all in excellent shape as well. I really don't know what else to say that I haven't said already. This car, it even has a Kleenex holder in it. So right here underneath your dash, you can swing that out. You can replace a box of Kleenexes, pull them right out from the top. That was factory equipment on one of these cars back in the day. Little bit of wood grain trim on the dash too, but it's all in excellent shape and maintained very well. So again, super nice car. Just a pure timepiece here that we have that we're able to bring to you and show you. So again, like with all of our stuff, if you have any questions, you can definitely email us or call us. All of our contact information is always made available to you throughout all the photos and videos as well as you can get on our website at www.hanksters.com and check this car out. We usually have about 100 photos of every car, as well as the videos and all complete descriptions on them. But if for some reason there's something you're not seeing that you would like to know more about, you can definitely call us or email us, and we'll be glad to help you in any way we can. Until the next time, we're going to go ahead and fire this up. That way you can hear what that motor sounds like, but I don't think you can be a bit disappointed in this car for the age that it is and how well it's been maintained through the years.